Full disclosure here, this one will have minimal editing. No B-roll, nothing added. I'll try to make sure the sound is okay, and I'll try to make sure that I don't leave a whole lot of dead space, but I'm just looking for answers. In an effort to try to get as many of my Mevo cameras connected to my YoloBox Pro, I'm looking for a way to get that to happen wirelessly without spending a lot of money to go from adapter to adapter to adapter. What I want to be able to do, in my mind it should work, that I can take my output for Mevo Multicam and be able to switch between cameras there and to have all of those run into my YoloBox Pro. So far, I've been unable to find an acceptable way to do this. Now, so what you see is I have my YoloBox Pro and my iPad connected USB-C to HDMI into the HDMI 1 input on YoloBox. Now, in order for this to work like we want it to, we're going to have to go into the settings on the iPad. We'll have to go into display and brightness, and then choose arrangement, and then mirror display. That will allow what's showing up on the iPad then to show up also in the YoloBox. Now, it's a live shot. You can see that it's moving as I go from screen to screen. Now, when I open up multicam, it's going to find my cameras. I have 4 set out so that we can kind of see the benefit of running several cameras into YoloBox, and hopefully in a wireless fashion. So we'll run 2 of our Mevo cameras here so you can see the difference in the benefit of running multiple shots into multicam. Now, what I'm looking for now is a way to get a full screen view of one of those shots, because it can fill up this portion of what I'm streaming. Right now, if I try to stream, I'm just streaming the app itself, which doesn't give me a whole lot of benefit if I'm trying to use this as a usable shot for a live stream. And for what I've figured out so far, the only thing I can do is go into crop and zoom for each of these to get my full screen. So now I have a full screen shot, but it's a preview shot. It's not nearly as clear as the full resolution of what I would be getting. That's not a really good shot of, well, it's not a great shot because it's just a door, but it doesn't give me what I'm looking for. So again, in the comments, if you know of a way to get that full resolution version of what the Mevo is showing, we need to know this as we run the combination of Mevo and YoloBox. All right, so let's bow out of multicam, and we'll turn the NDI on for a couple of them and see if we can't get NDI to work in the same fashion. So there's one of my cameras. We'll turn on NDI. All right, NDI mode is now on. Again, even in the single cam app, that is a full screen version, but it is a poor resolution version to try to use. And even when I try to crop, which may be unavoidable, when I try to crop, it doesn't actually give me the crop for output. It's just showing me that there's a cropped version of the screen. So that's set on NDI. We'll try another one for NDI. Now, there is no NDI in the YoloBox Pro. It's a feature request. Don't know if the hardware will even allow it. However, if it ever does, it's going to be a great boon to being able to run these little wireless cameras from various places. You see, I want to be able to set up a Mevo Start that has a third base view, a Mevo Start that has a first base view, maybe even another Mevo Start that I can shoot that's right behind home plate just for the batter's box, and then have wired into my YoloBox Pro a camera like a Sony Handycam that has an optical zoom, and I can go anywhere on the field with that one and have a much better shot for what's happening elsewhere while still running wireless cameras with my Mevos, because that would be a lot of wire to try to run around the baseball field. All right, so we're going to get out of Mevo altogether. I'm going to close the multicam app, I'm going to close the single cam app, and I'll show you why I have put everything into NDI mode as far as my cameras go. So I have downloaded this little app. It is a pay app. It cost me a couple of bucks, but Stream Monitor with NDI is going to allow me to switch between NDI sources relatively quickly, and it gives me a full resolution version of what I'm looking at. So when that comes up, you can see it is a much better shot than what I had previously. Now, again, I don't have the ability to crop there, to zoom in any. So it's still not the solution that we're looking for, but it's a step in the right direction. I can pretty quickly get out of that, get back into my sources, and switch to the next one, so that if I have my Handycam here, if I have a GoPro here, I can use those and then have in this one slot as many Mevo Starts as I can hook up to my iPad and have all of them to be able to be cycled through without much delay. I'm not talking about latency delay. I'm talking about getting from one camera to the next kind of delay, so that I can switch over relatively quickly for each of those shots, and then still have my other shots from my Sony Handycam or my GoPro set up and ready to go. Or have one of my Mevos be wired into YoloBox Pro and the rest of them be wireless through NDI. Looking for answers, not having answers today, but I know that this community can put their heads together and come up with a great solution. If you do so, man, let it be known. Leave it in the comments. Well, thank you very much.